Hey everybody, it is bonus web content time. Now in this particular video, what I'm going to show you all is how to actually set up and install your font or custom font onto your web page. Now before I get into going to the CSS or the HTML part of it, let me explain to you all on how to actually getting these custom fonts. Now I like to go to this website called thefont.com. It has a lot of various fonts that people do create and customize throughout the world. So, and it's also it's free. So, take the time to look through it. It has various categories that goes into it. You could actually pick and choose what kind of font you want to go into. So, you actually have also a preview where you go actually type in where name you want to put in. It'll give you a rendered out version of what that text will actually look like. So, you click on your download button, you get the zip folder, extract the files, and then you place it into your web directory, which is also a video that I also set up. Now, if you want to learn how to actually make your directory and set up your CSS folder, please check out the video in my web design series. So that way you learn how to actually set up your web directory. So that way you can house all your necessary files and folders in place. So with that being said, I'm going to go right into my web directory, which I have my CSS, my image, and my fonts folder, along with my HTML document. It is very important to actually have a fonts folder in your directory if you are going to have a customized font. So, because you want to actually have everything separate from your CSS and also your images folder, whatever document you want to have. So that way they're all independent, make it more easier to find. So, and also, if you think about it, on why do we actually have like a custom font, which I get a lot of questions about, is because that reason why we want to install a custom font onto our directory, because not everyone has the same font as you. So it's always best to actually have that font into your directory, so that way when a person go to your website, there's no need to actually download that font because it's already in your web server. So that way everyone can actually view it on your end instead of on their client side computer. So with that being said, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Now, as you can see here, I already have everything as far as my anatomy goes, as far as my HTML documents are been set up. I already have my CSS file attached. I already have my title already set in place. In my body tag, the only text I have in here is the H1 tag with the text known as Hello World. Now, on the CSS side, it's still a blank document. So we need to actually go through the process of registering our font into our CSS. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to create a style rule known as at font dash face. So keep in mind when you do use the font face, is no matter how many different types of fonts that you download from the internet, you could always use multiple font faces in your web directory or in your CSS. So you don't have to worry about giving it a different name or a different number or categorizing it. Long as you actually have a font face with a different font name attached to it or different font attached to it or to that rule, you should be fine. So I'm gonna go through the process. I'm gonna open and close it. And with that being said, I'm gonna start off with the style rule known as font family. Now, when using the font family, now typically we use this to actually tell the browser what kind of font do we want to attach to a certain type of text. But in this case, since we're using the font face or the at font face, we're trying to actually give a font a name. So in this case, I'm going to use the same usual name as my directory in my fonts, known as God of War. So I'm going to type in God of War. All right. And that will be the name I will be using or referencing to when I want to actually attach that name to a certain tag that is located onto my HTML. So with that, now I gotta figure out or tell the browser on where to find the font. So we're going to put in another rule known as SRC, which is a source. And then we're going to actually use the URL to actually go ahead and search for it. So now, as you can tell here, I already have my document, which have my CSS folder, my fonts folder, my image folder, and my 2 HTML documents. So, and like I said before, we create a fonts folder to actually put our custom font in to make sure everything easier to find. So I'll go ahead and put it in my fonts folder, and then there goes my God of War folder. And as you can tell here in Dreamweaver, it actually put everything in there just fine. So that way it actually knows where to find my custom font. So known as God of War with true type font. So now we have our font registered, so that way our browser can find it. Now let's attach it to our tag. So in our source code, like I said in the beginning of the video, we have a H1 tag known as hello world. So we're going to go after or edit this H1 tag in our CSS. So I'm gonna type in my H1, which the only tag is there. I'm gonna open and close it. And then pretty much after that, what I'm going to do is go put in my font dash family. Okay, do my colon, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put in my God of War font. So, and as you can see here in Dreamweaver, it automatically updated. So we actually have it displayed. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do a little small little editing. I'm gonna go ahead and put in font size. So I'm gonna change up the size a little bit, make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna probably go for 30 points. And go change out the color. And I want to go ahead and give it a go green. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and save this out. So go ahead and do file save. If not, I'll do my Control S. So now I'm going to preview it into my browser, so that way we all can see what it looks like on our browser screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up in Chrome, and there we go. So with our font known as God of War attached to our H1 tag, in its glory. So, and that completes this video tutorial. Now, hopefully that this video will be very helpful to you all if you're trying to get a custom font in there. So, go ahead and like the video, add me in, and look forward to more videos as I push forward.